Hi! So I thought I'd do a little Q&A today. I was supposed to do this ages ago, but my video game is just terrible. So I'm doing it now. I've got a list of questions from Instagram and I'm just going to go through them and try and answer. I am holding the camera like in my hand, so it might just be like, woo, but I couldn't find a good place to rest it with good lighting, so we're going to do it here and it's going to be wobbly as fuck. How much time do you spend to practice pole dance per week? Any routine in between practice and rest? Well, because I travel a lot, my routine can be a bit all over the place, so it can kind of vary. My ideal routine would be to be in the studio every day and be doing some stretching, probably an hour of stretching, and then like a couple of hours of like either pole, hoop, floor work or twerk. I'd probably change it up. I try and plan my training sessions because I feel that I'm a bit more focused if I do that. I don't always get around to like pre-planning, but if I do plan and I go in, I'm like, okay, I'm going to spend 1 hour doing like twerk routine for next week, or I'm going to spend half an hour trying to get a good video of last week's floor work routine or next week's exotic routine. So I try and kind of like give myself a bit of structure, or some days I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do like 1 hour of stretching and 1 hour of practicing these pole tricks. But to be fair, I haven't been training a lot until the last couple of weeks. So yeah, you have to be so disciplined with it. I think it's listening to your body as well. So if my body feels tired or achy in a bad way, then I'll let it rest, because you need to kind of allow your body to repair, and you have to be able to be in tune with your body to be able to look after it. So that's important, I think. I go into the studio 3 or 4 times a week. Yeah, for sure. Weekends is when I work, so I don't do any training at the weekends, but during the week. And normally Monday as well, I'm normally like really tired on Monday because if I've been travelling at the weekend, so I don't train Monday either. So it will be like Tuesday to Friday are like my training days, so I'll do like 3 to 4 days a week. Maybe like 1 to 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. But sometimes I just sort of lie there and look at my phone for like an hour of it. So it's hard to say. I'm actually boiling, so I'm going to take this. Sorry, I was getting really warm in the sun's like shining through like the windows of my living room, and I'm just getting really warm. And I'm at home. Do you care how you look on stage, your body? How did you get comfortable in your own skin? It's sort of a process, you know. When I first started, I wasn't super comfortable with my body at all. I really didn't like the way my body looked. But I've always enjoyed dancing, and like being on stage, it was always about that to me. It's never really about, I don't know, it's not about like how your body looks, it's kind of about what your body is doing and the shapes that you're making and the emotions that you're expressing. I've always just like tried to enjoy my body on stage because I love performing and I love dancing, and I always try and enjoy myself. And I still have hang-ups about my body and stuff, but I just feel like really comfortable with my style and like expressing myself through exotic. I give 0 fucks. I mean, who cares about other people's opinions? Like, other people's opinions are none of your business. So just do your thing. Are you going to do a workshop in Japan? I actually just did a workshop in Tokyo this year in February, which was pretty awesome. That's one of my highlights of my life, probably. Tokyo is probably my favourite city ever. And when I taught there, it was actually National Cat Day in Tokyo. Like, how crazy is that? I was like, it's National Cat Day, this is perfect, Kitty is coming to teach. Do you think the closure of places like the White Horse means that erotic dance has had its day? Ooh, that's an interesting question. So the White Horse, for those of you who don't know, in East London was a strip pub that I used to work in. It closed in like 2016, I want to say. And the White Horse was quite well known for its dancers and that they did really big pole shows and they were like really epic on stage, and it closed down. I think the rents were just getting put up and up and up. So many venues are being closed down and shut down in the UK at the moment, and even the ones that are still open are getting rid of their stages. It's not about the performance or the show anymore, which I think is such a shame. But we still have a lot of like other erotic shows, pole dance competitions, cabaret nights. But it is a shame that we don't have as many venues that kind of host that kind of thing on a regular basis. I kind of miss that, and I reminisce about the magic of just being slutty on stage every night, and like, you know, all the girls being on that same level. How did you get into pole and when did you start? So I started in 2012 or 2013 maybe. And I just started as a hobby, going to a pole studio. I wanted to learn how to dance, so I tried everything like ballet, jazz, and I tried pole, and pole was just my favourite, and I just ditched all the others and just kept doing pole. And yeah, I just didn't look back. Which routine of yours has been your favourite so far in your magical life? Oh, that's a really difficult one. Which has been my favourite routine? I love doing my It's Raining Men routine, which was kind of a burlesque routine, but I've done it for pole twice. I don't know, it's really difficult to say. I really liked doing that Hello Kitty one that I did for Supreme Pole Down in 2017. That was really, really fun. I felt like I was very much myself in like kitty mode. Should do more like kitty acts, I think. I'm working on a mermaid act at the moment, so I think this is going to be my new favourite, because the outfit is just going to be crazy, and I'm just like putting a lot of effort into like researching about mermaids and mermaid movement, so I think that's going to be my new favourite. Hopefully I'm going to be performing that at Boomtown in August, which is actually not very far away, it's like next month. Okay, I just realised that the camera stops filming at 10 minutes and I was just like la 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 la, like talking, and it hadn't been filming for like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna go back. I'm actually surprised how much I talk when I get asked a question, because maybe it's because no one's here, but in real life I hate talking. How did you create such a unique style and way of moving? If that's a suitable question. That is a suitable question. So, I don't know. It's, when I first started, I knew that I really liked exotic, but, you know, I was still kind of discovering what style that I was, and I couldn't twerk at all when I first started exotic or when I started pole. And that's such a huge part of my style now, like that kind of like bounciness that I use in everything. When I found that, then I think I found my style. And I got to a point after like competing for a while that I just felt like, I don't know, I didn't want someone to tell me how I should dance, because I just felt really comfortable in the way that I moved. And there's always room for improvement and to do better. But I think you just have to be unapologetically yourself. And, you know, at the time when I was trying to figure out how I could do this as a full-time job, I was asking lots of people, you know, how do I make this a thing? How do I do this all the time? And they all gave me different answers, really. And I'm not doing any of the things that they said, to be honest. I think you have to find your own path. And finding your own style can take time. You'll find some people that you like and that you follow, and you take certain parts of their style and the way that they move, but at the end of the day, the way you move is the best. For example, because I have eczema, I have to put on like the most ridiculous amount of moisturizer all the time. So this affects my hand grip, so I don't have the best like grip in my hands, even though I don't moisturize like directly before I do pole, but it just affects my grip in general. So it kind of stops me from maybe doing more advanced tricks, or I can't do things that are like hands only or one-handed very well. So that kind of pushed me to do things like more low flow. And because I have a big butt and I can twerk, again, that kind of, you just play to your strengths. And your body will sort of be drawn to certain things. It's good to try things outside of your comfort zone, but I think, you know, your body knows what it likes. So I think it's just being true to yourself and experimenting with your movements. I don't think that's really explained it very well, but it's quite a hard question actually. I think it's just about being unapologetically yourself, and you can discover new things that way. How do you perform and date with anxiety? Because I have it and it's so hard. Yeah, it is hard. Anxiety is such a bitch. I think you just have to like cut yourself some slack, take your time. Remember that when you're on stage that you are in charge and you are the queen. You are the queen of the world, and you have to kind of put yourself in this mindset. I still get really, really nervous before I go on stage, every single time. Sometimes I feel really sick actually. But when I go on stage, as soon as I go on stage, I just like go into this kind of like, I don't know, outside of my body kind of experience. Is that how you say it? Outer body experience, where you are this persona, and this persona does not have any fears or worries. They just give zero fucks and they give 100%. And I think that really helped me, having this kind of alter ego. And so it's quite fun to have like a different name for your onstage persona, and that helps me like channel my anxiety into my performance. Is I am becoming someone else and leaving those kind of fears and worries at the stage door. Last question. Were you ever a stripper? I feel like everyone knows this already because I used to talk about it all the time online. But yes, I used to be a stripper. I think I've already spoken about it in the vlog actually. I used to be a stripper. For quite a short amount of time really, just 2 years. And then I really enjoyed the performance aspect of stripping, and I found that kind of hard to find in the UK. It was sort of like dying out. But yeah, I'm really glad that I did it because it kind of shaped my style a lot now. Like a lot. And I learned a lot from just being like freestyling all the time, performing on stage like 3 times a night, watching other girls and like absorbing things and trying things out. But yeah, it was a fun time, but I really enjoy what I do now more. Definitely, I love teaching and I love performing like in cabaret and club nights. Anywho, that's all the questions. Thank you for watching. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a little like, give it a little subscribe. Love you lots. See you next time.